So, hey guys, welcome back to the Supercircuit podcast. My name is Aiden, and today I'm talking to Dominic Green. Dominic, yeah, if I'm getting it right, or G
Yeah,
Martin. Sorry.
Dominic G Martin. I mean, the G stands for Greenwood, so that's always an option. So you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong. You just missed out the other half. That's all.
No, but yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, but how are you, man? I know I've asked you already, but
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Just before it came online, just said I had a chili con carne, and that's a pretty decent meal, I think. So it is all good.
aye. And yeah, no, like I told you myself, had the steak and stuff. So I guess we're well fed, ready to
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
First off, I guess I should get the big thing out of the way first before anybody says anything. Congratulations on the trailer, my man. Like
Oh, thank you.
I've watched it multiple times. So a lot of those views probably me watching it, but yeah, no, I watched it. I was very, very surprised. I was like, whoa, they're doing all this.
I mean, yeah. But before we get started to that, I want to say congratulations to you on your trailer as well, because
Oh,
I'm not the only one who's had a trailer out.
yeah.
Dimensions of the Daleks looks pretty fantastic, so I'm looking forward to when it actually comes out.
Oh, I won't lie to you. I can't obviously I can't say anything because I know
Yeah. I know
that
Dan's holding
yeah.
you to secrecy.
Oh, that like Dan has the big Dalek guns like waiting, like shooting all the way down the country to me right now.
Oh no, he's got the snipers ready, the Dalek snipers.
Oh, Dalek snipers! They're waiting outside the window now.
But yeah,
Oh, it's like Luke. Luke's probably got like I don't know something outside just looking at.
oh yeah, making sure anything I shouldn't. I mean, I know too much. That's my problem. But
Oh,
unlike Tom Holland, I do think I can keep a lid on it, so it's okay.
true. That's true. But I'm just very like I know two of the trailers about last week, but it's been just your one was very like obviously I'm gonna say Dan's is fantastic because Dan I film with Dan, he's just amazing.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
you're like you guys like that trailer just knocked it out. Like from what I'd seen before, this thing is just like I just instantly I thought I'm seeing something completely different here, you know?
Yeah, we've been working on that trailer for about a year. That's like a year, 2 years worth of footage. Actually, yeah, it's spreading across 2 or nearly 3 years, I'd say, of footage. Because you got a
Wow.
mixture of footage that we shot before the pandemic
Mm-hmm.
and to now. So, I mean, we've been working on it for quite some time, as we have for the whole series, which goes without saying. So it's amazing to be able to get it out there and show everybody this is what we've been working on, and this is what's to be delivered to all of you at some point in the future. And I just hope you all like it. I mean, it's gone down spectacularly well, and I'm so proud and honored and humbled by its reception. It is fantastic, really.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just I think at the moment I just checked this morning, it's gone well over 10,000 views. Like,
Yeah,
like I gotta say, my God.
I know. That is an amount. I mean, for a Doctor Who fan film to reach like 10,000 in about a couple of weeks is. Oh, sorry, I just dropped my phone. Yeah, it's honestly ridiculous, really. I mean, yeah, in that short a space of time, and not like gathering over years or whatever, but to know that that many people are interested in what we're doing is a real motivator as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like definitely, like if when you're seeing like when you know that people are watching your work and they're supporting it, they're loving it, and they want to see more. That just it's the best feeling. You know.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Oh,
I also I know I will get to DW 2012 as another point of the podcast, but I also want to congratulate you on working with Big Finish. As you know, Like that's that's a big one there, man.
Oh yeah, well,
Obviously,
I pinch myself every day.
like I know you can't say anything about any kind of projects, which is fine. No, it's the same as Dream Series 5. No, it's very shush shush. But how is it working there? Is it just how is it fitting in that atmosphere of the team and all that?
Oh, it's spectacular. All the people there are extraordinarily lovely. And honest, I never thought I'd be working with Big Finish, let alone being able to speak to people whose work I admire to on such a basis. Like, you're just working with them. You have to be professional, obviously, but there's the inner part of you that is screaming like a madman, and it's just so happy to be in the position that you're in. I mean, I take nothing for granted, but I'm just ecstatic to be a part of it. And I'm working on some really cool stuff, and I just can't wait for the world to see what it will be, what it will be. There we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And honestly, I can't wait. It's gonna be good to see what comes out because Big Finish. I always think they're outside of normal Doctor Who, they're the ones everyone should go to for any kind of content. Like
Mm,
for any kind of content that's I guess official to the show. I
yeah,
because they're in the back in the day, they were like us. They're just guys just making up their own fan productions and stuff. So it's nice,
yeah.
you know. Um, all, but going in the audio direction, I actually today just finished watching or well listening to the last Remnant story, the Dalek one.
Oh, it.
I did. I immensely enjoyed the series. I love what you did with it, and just I like it. Just after watching a bit of obviously, I think you've seen Marvel's What If. It was a
Yeah.
very I know it came up before that, but it was nice to sort of have a sort of relatable side to it, I guess. And when I watched it, it was just gravitating. Like I was out for a run and I was out for a run and I was listening to the unit story with the Sycorax.
Oh, that one was really good. Very good work by Gabriel Brown on that one. Ah, I'm just so proud that it's gone down so well, and I've worked with so many marvelous people on it.
Yeah.
It's one of those, probably one of my favorite things I've ever done creatively as a project, and I'm just so like, oh, I'm just so happy it came together as well as it did because I reset doing the series this year because I was originally going to try and get it out all out last year, but I lost motivation last year and I just did it again this year. And this time it somehow got made. So I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. And your kind words mean a lot to me. So thank you for enjoying it.
No problem. I'm gonna be honest. The one that really like grabbed me the most was the kind of stalker kind of story with the 12th Doctor and Cloud. That one was like, I guess it really hit hard. A lot of things about obsession and what it's like to idolize someone. And I know in the Doctor Who world, how does that gravitate toward the Doctor in that sense?
Yeah, that is exactly. I mean, that is why I wanted to do a story like that because I sort of had the idea of doing like a spiritual sequel to Love and Monsters, but I just thought, why not take it further and why not explore that obsessive direction, sort of in that similar vein to Stephen's Misery.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I believe that was Stephen King. Um, yeah, unless I've just attributed to a completely different writer. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, again, Obsession is just such a marvelous be able to thrive off in terms of writing that it really can control the characters that you're creating. And that's pretty much why I wanted to take it down because the Doctor is a character that someone can very easily get invested into. I am very invested into that character. But if you take it into a fictional direction and throw it too far in a direction, like probably the opposite way that if you throw it onto a character who's not so good at coping with these sorts of sorts of feelings towards this alien creature who has basically saved his life, then how do you translate that? And it just doesn't become healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. The performance that caught me was like Miles Taylor as the 11th Doctor, and I was just, I won't spoil it for people listening now, but he was just, I don't know, he was just devilishly fun. Like in that, he just like the way he coaxes the cat, like coaxes him on to do things and just like manipulates. It's just, oh, it was exciting. Like, and I love,
Miles did it perfectly.
yeah, and just just the doctor, the real doctor, then just being completely just like, no, listen here, you
Yeah,
listen to
yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's those nice little parallels between the idealized version he had in his head of the 11th Doctor versus the realist version that he encountered of the 12th Doctor. It was
Yeah.
just like a proper like night and day situation.
Yeah, and he was very. I could feel the character was very much like when he went into the TARDIS. You know, like I know I'm spoiling it a little bit for people, but
It's okay.
yeah. But when he went into the TARDIS, and there was that bit where he was expecting to see obviously maybe 11 or something like that, but when he saw 12 was very much straight away just he's not having any of it. Very much.
Yeah.
He just did not want to be part of this and just wanted it done. But it always just in lovely story, like, well, not lovely, lovely in the sense of great writing, like. And I think that was another, like, I think another reason why I like the Dalek one, the Phantom, the kind of Phantom Dalek episodes, like that one actually felt very kind of like Beetlejuice to me. I don't know why. I don't know why I got Beetlejuice vibes from it. Like, it just,
I can kind of see it, yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It was kind of weird to explore like a Derelict, dying and having to sort of live as a ghost, and it's just starting. What am I meant to do now? Is this existential crisis?
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just like the Dalek can't fulfill its purpose to exterminate. The people it tries to exterminate just keep coming back to life. So what can I do? There's nothing it can do. It just has a breakdown.
Yeah. And I loved it. I was just like, this is what I want to see from the Daleks in the future. Just them having just mental breakdowns.
Oh my goodness! I mean, poor. I say poor Dalek, but it's not really poor. He's probably massacred a few people in his time. But yeah, he had a bad day.
But I gotta be honest, your character, like, of the architect is interesting. Like, I know he kind of seems very like similar to, I guess, the Watcher from Marvel to me, but I like the way how he kind of introduces people and kind of explains the whole, he kind of brings people into the story and makes them, well versed in what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I designed him as like the framing device as a character who's literally there telling you stories. And I just felt that the series needed something a bit more of a direct link between all of the stories. And the architect as a character that I felt would be quite good in that respect, having this omnipotent being who's observed everything, just be quite blasé about it, and just introduce everything in the series. I mean, of course, then What If came along, and I realized that such a character already existed in the comics, and I was just like, oh, that was that I did not take any influence from that whatsoever. I nothing to do with me. I was just like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. Oh dear, whoops. I accidentally copied Marvel before they actually put it onto screen. But oh well, it doesn't matter.
I mean, he's more. I see him as more of his own kind of character, really, because, like, Doctor, like, in the Doctor universe, I don't think there's really been. People will contradict me now, probably after this comes out, but I only feel like there's been a character like that shown in the in the whole scale of multiverses and whatnot. And
No.
I actually did listen to. I think it came out 2 days ago. The audio Dark Days.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the architect at the end.
and it's a lovely, like, character piece with yourself, and I was just like, I want to listen to more. It's just like, you made me want to. You got me invested now in this whole multiversal thing that's happening for the Doctors.
Yeah. Oh, the Dark Days thing is really cool. Because that's coming together, that's pulling together all sorts of characters from all these different fan projects, which makes it extremely unique because it's this massive crossover. So we've got DW 2012 doctors like myself and Luke getting involved. You've got from like Joshua Carr is going to be involved from his Who Knows podcast and his upcoming fan audio series. And several other fan characters and creations that I'm not sure have been announced and probably shouldn't go further because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. And it's just a way of bringing that fan community together, like whether it's fan film or fan audio, in one cohesive project. And I think it's just such a way to show what this is all about. And I absolutely admire Rassilon Productions for doing this project because it is the amount of people who's getting into it and the amount of people who are going to be involved. It's ridiculous, but at the same time, I have full faith in his storytelling abilities to be able to weave it all together because I've read, obviously, a lot of the bits that we've done on the DW 2012 side and, of course, Architect side, and it's looking like a very swell story. A lot of people, I don't think what's coming up, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, as someone who's like making their own kind of fan film, like with a Doctor, like it's nice to see like these kind of projects like that weaves everything together in a way, and just kind of allows for a lot more storytelling because you're taking characters from one place into another, and you're kind of, I guess, allowing them to interact with different things. I don't know. It's nice. It kind of like it's different writing styles and different ways. It's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. It's a blend of talents, blend of voices.
Yeah.
Almost every scene you get a different voice and you'll be like, wow, okay, cool. Yeah. This is how big this is getting. And that is one of the best facets of doing a project like this because it just brings people together.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the big like,
the big event, yeah.
The big event itself where everything comes together. And I mean, obviously you got, you see a lot of them. I haven't seen a lot of them in recent years anyway. But yeah, it should be fun.
Absolutely.
So moving on to sort of like obviously other than Remnants, you do kind of you do a bit of cosplay, and obviously your cosplays, they're amazing.
Thank you.
I especially love your Spider-Man because Spider-Man is, as a Spider-Man.
We're both fellow Spider-Man cosplayers here.
Yeah, we're just we're all fanboy over Spider-Man. That's how it is. But I saw, what one did you do? You did, I think years ago I saw your Miles one, and then I saw recently, I think you did you do Peter P. Parker? I don't know whether
no, I did TASM 2 Spider-Man.
TASM 2, there we go, that's the one. And I saw that and I just thought to myself, wow. Like, I just love seeing other Spider-Man cosplayers like out there doing stuff because it's like, yes, it's good, and it's good because Spider-Man, like.
I absolutely love Spider-Man. I've loved him since I was a kid, and to be able to wear that costumes or those costumes, Peter's and Miles, they're just it's and everything. Accidentally, just a leg or something, and you just have a lot of fun doing it, and that's what I just admire about cosplay so much. It's just escapism, really, and Spider-Man is a particular favorite of mine because how much more escapist can you get than being, a super-powered teenager?
Yeah, the webhead himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which one was the TASM suit, especially the second movie, that suit is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Like, I know the Raimi suit will always be the one in my heart, but that TASM suit is just, if you took the comics and kind of produced on the big screen, that is Spider-Man there.
Yeah, it's the eyes. I love the eyes.
Oh yeah, I don't know why, but they're just so friendly. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
he's a friendly neighborhood superhero. So
yeah. So you'd expect it. I know the Raimi ones look a bit more fierce, but I still love the Raimi suit. But the TASM 2 suit is one that just it's beloved to me. I absolutely love it.
I'll ask you, as you know, obviously as a fan production thing. Have you seen the trailer for Spider-Man Lotus? But
I have. It looks very impressive, I must say.
it looks more like a drama, but I love the suit. Like the suit is honestly one of the most beautiful things, one of the most beautiful suits I've seen for Spider-Man ever.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I don't want to imagine how much they spent on it.
Oh God,
uh,
no.
but it looks pretty. It looks really pretty, and it's definitely a very it is they are definitely going for that classic costume translated into live action a lot more directly than the movies.
Yeah, I think with the movies, they sort of like to take a few different elements and styles. I think that's just more costume designers, but whoever did this one definitely was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go look at what the comics did and just bring it to life.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it and well, the whole thing in motion. Really, I know that is well. I don't know when it's coming out actually, but hopefully it'll be just
Yeah,
go well and come out soon.
I mean, if it comes out next year, like I'll be there with popcorn in front of the telly, just waiting for it.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. It's just one of those
Um,
things. Yeah.
yeah. But also on the side of Doctor Who cosplay, I think the one thing I remember like from you with Doctor Who cosplay is like I think it was a Christmas or like sometime when the show was on. I think I saw an edits like that the BBC will do normally. I think I think one time I saw you with a load of like Doctor Who cosplayers just outside the TARDIS or something. And
Oh yeah,
I
that's
remember
the ident.
it was that was I think that was one of the first times I'd actually like first time I'd actually seen you on a screen. Like
I know that was one of the highlights of my Doctor Who related part of my life, really. As Stereo, and I was a continuity announcer for a day. Now I'm someone who has a a very large investment in like watching something like that, and I know it's kind of sad, but but I love them. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was so great. It was lovely, and it was just well, it's so difficult to find the words and to describe what it was just like. I know it's a minor thing, but even so, just knowing that you're going out in front of like 6 million people introducing your favorite show, it's
yeah,
insane.
I think the funniest thing is that was like I think that he 2 years before you'd been like on screen again with the TARDIS, like but that time as the Doctor.
Yeah, yeah, that
it's
was
like
different.
it's like this is predictions here. This is a prediction.
And I was wearing a purple coat as well.
It was like looking into the future a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Point of view, that's for sure. Oh my word.
Yeah, I mean, what would you say out of your Doctor Who cosplays is like out of achievements or that? Which one would you say has been the best like project you've ever worked on with him?
Absolutely the season fourth Doctor. Absolutely.
Oh yes.
The cosplay that I'm proud the most of because I probably put in the most effort into it because I knitted that scarf and it took me several months and it turned out beautifully. I mean, I say that knowing that I did it and everything. I don't mean to sound arrogant or anything, but I just really love how it turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no,
it's
like it looks so much like honestly, saw it and I went, that just looks exactly like Tom's one. Like it's like you, it's like you took it from the Doctor Who experience and just threw it on.
oh my goodness. I mean, if it was the same material that was used for Tom's one, but I'd probably be in debt. It would be amazing. But yeah, I am very proud of that costume. It's my favorite without a doubt. I mean, it's definitely the best winter one. So
Oh yeah, oh, for
I
sure.
mean, when it gets cold, you'll be seeing me wearing that scarf a lot. Not because I'm wearing it as a cosplay, but because it's going to keep me bloody warm.
I think that's just there's going to be a lot of people in like November, like cons, like if they're back on, just everyone is like in the big jackets and just like it's like we're all doing the Fourth Doctor this year. Why? Because it's freezing.
Yep, yep. It's just the best way to live.
Of course. I think what would you say is the best like doctor for the summer? Like if you're in the summer and you're just thinking, okay, which doctor would suit this? I'd say 10 maybe.
Yeah, 10's good. Although I will say maybe there are a few outfits of 12s as well, like his more shirty ones.
Yeah.
That are also really good. Preferably the lighter ones, like with white shirts and everything, and the red velvet. Those tend not to absorb the heat so much.
I mean, you're wearing pure black on out in front of the sun, like.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to wear one of his hoodie outfits, because that's so dark. You'll be boiling as well. That jumper is a thick jumper. I mean, I don't have the original jumper, but I have a recreation, and it's warm.
Yeah.
So if you wear that out in like 30 degrees, and trust me, I have done that, because I'm an idiot. It's not an enviable experience. It is, but it's still fun. It's still fun, and I still love wearing. I mean, I have a lot of 12th Doctor cosplays because he is one of my favorite Doctors, and I just love his particular and his outfits. They just vibe with me a lot. But I do love Tens as well. Tens is quite a style icon in his own way.
Well, I mean, he set precedent, for trainers and a Alonzi,
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Oh, I don't think nothing could be like Jack Reeves' one. His like I've seen his 10. It's like, oh god.
Jack Reeves, James Sutton, Elliot Crosley. They're just like insanely good at that.
Oh.
It's crazy. But honestly, it's just great. Yeah.
I think 12 really set like the precedent with his outfit. Like it was just, I love how, I don't know if he did it as a like I think, but it's just so simple to put together. It's very easy, and you're well, if you want to do a very simple one, but it's like it's nice being. I don't know. I love his Doctor too. Like, and I just think, the way he like. I think for me the best version of him was probably Series 10. I don't know why.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, it's just like when it felt like Capaldi had come into his own there, and he was just loving it,
Absolutely, yeah. You could tell that he was having the best time in the role, having so much fun, and that really bled through into the characterization as well. He achieved a perfect balance between his Series 8, the seriousness, and the Series 9 more whimsical personas. But Series 10, he was pitch perfect in that, and I really loved him.
Yeah, I was honestly when he left, I was like, he could have done. What would you say? In the words of 10, he could have done so much more.
Oh yes, absolutely. Wish we got more seasons of the 12th Doctor, but it is what it is, and Peter's to do some really amazing stuff at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
in theatre, doing Suicide Squad.
Yeah, what did you think of that? Did you?
I saw it. I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think he was. To be fair, I was surprised by his performance. I was like, oh my god! And then it was like I won't spoil. I'll try not to spoil that one because I think people would be like, you're spoiling everything. But he was. And to be fair, I was actually just there with somebody going, "Is that sonic screwdriver sticking out of his head?" Like
I know people made those jokes all the time. I love it. It's just like so many Sonics in his head. It's just like if you shove them all in, someone should do a cosplay of that. To be honest, just like the Thinker, but with all the Sonic screwdrivers instead.
Yeah, you just have the War Doctor one, the 11th Doctor one, the 12th Doctor one.
You have the classic. You got got even the laser screwdriver in there. Add them all in.
Sure. I mean, if someone tried, they could get your Sonic in there as well.
Yeah, I can try. Take them all. Take them all. Luke's as well. Might as well.
Yeah, true. Just see a bit of red sticking out there.
Yeah, and Dan's. Why not get them all?
Oh, exactly. Get them all in.
Yeah.
But I think like come back to the cosplay. Like I really came like around to your channel, but mostly because your like cosplay tutorials. Like I really loved watching how you explain how how you would put a certain doctor like outfit together. I think one that stood out to me the most was probably the Eighth Doctor one and the War Doctor one, because honestly, because I love both those doctors, so I was just kind of like, I want to find out how you put them together. How do you put?
Yeah.
And, oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just saying, doing those certainly a highlight of again a Doctor Who life, shall I say? It was a lot of fun. The only thing I regret now is that a lot of the items that I frequently went to, a lot of the places have now either lost their license to sell Doctor Who merch, or they're now defunct. So it's like, great. You can't really find a lot of those pieces anymore. Like there's this amazing what was it? 11th Doctor purple coat that Abbey Shot did, but now Abbey Shot don't have the license to sell Doctor Who merch anymore. So trying to find one of those coats near enough impossible unless you go on eBay, and even then, it's like someone will be selling either a large or an extra large, and you'll be drowned, frankly, because those things are obscenely large.
I actually have an extra large in my wardrobe, and it actually doesn't fit me anymore because I lost weight.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. See, that's the thing. The way the way their sizes are, it's a ticking time bomb if you lose any weight.
Yeah, it's just like, oh god, like it's so beautiful. I'm just like, and I can't wear it anymore.
Oh, I mean,
like, I just take it to a tailor, and it's like it's not the same.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, they can only take it in so much in.
Yeah, to be fair, with 10, it's just like, oh, it's pants, no bother. They but to be fair, it's kind of it's nice, like in the whole cosplay thing, just like in the community, on the good side anyway. Like when I see people out cosplaying, like Doctor, like any of them, it's always a joy, especially at conventions, you know. And
absolutely.
I mean, I've met you. I think the first time I actually met you at a convention was, I think it was, what was it, Brighton 2015, I think.
Brighton, it might well have been. I remember you meeting you in London.
Yeah, I remember because I think, was that after or before you'd been in the episode that you came out, I think it was after
Before.
Yeah,
no, it's probably before the Doctor. It might have been after before How Time Flies, I think.
Yeah, and I think I was congratulating you because I was just I think I was both like in shock that I ran into you, and also just like, well, I gotta congratulate him. Like he's there. Like
yeah, I mean, I appreciate it all the same for sure, and we're still here talking to this day, so it's all good.
Yeah, and I think the funniest thing after that, I remember that time at the convention, they announced Matt and Davis like
yes
on the Sunday, and I think I remember all I saw, I think you and me saw, was just everybody running to the ticket desk, just
literally everybody was just suddenly going into panic mode. They just announced it over the tannoy, and you're in a place where internet access isn't necessarily the best, so everybody's just panicking, trying. They want the ticket for David Tennant, and I feel bad for whoever's at the ticket desk at the time because they got suddenly flooded with a lot of very, very angry Whovians now wanting to ensure their chance of meeting the 10th Doctor.
Yeah, and I think like I remember, what was it? I think it was George. I ran into George, and George was just like, lad, it's so hard to even like get it online with these fucking things. It's like, oh, I felt bad for people who couldn't get them because I mean, I didn't get one because I just had no money. But it was
yeah, same. I didn't have the money.
For those who did, like for those who were trying out and didn't get it, I was just like, because it was such a good opportunity. Like it was just like all four of the new series Doctors in the one place. Perfect.
It was insane. It was an insane opportunity. I mean, one day maybe we'll get all five.
All five, yeah.
All six. The next one's announced.
Yeah. Oh well. Actually, let's jump onto that right now. Russell Davies.
Yes.
He's
God. The king has returned.
He has returned, and he is ready to go with his Bad Wolf.
That is so surreal. I remember just reading that tweet and just staring at it, disbelieving, like, nah, this is an April Fool. This is a fake account. And then you just read it again, and you notice it's got a blue tick right next to it. This is official, and you're like, oh wow, they actually brought him back. Oh my god.
you're there to yourself like, is this real? Is this life? Like, is this all
Yeah,
happening? Am I gonna wake up? Am I suddenly just gonna wake up? Like,
yeah. Is this actually going to happen? Oh my word! Yeah, but nah, I was absolutely thrilled at that. Can't wait for him to take the reins again, and it's gonna be great. Really looking forward to it because I saw this and I've seen years and years of his recent productions, and they are insanely good. So if Doctor Who receives Russell T Davies in the form that he's currently in, then we are in for some quality Doctor Who once again.
oh yeah, like I think. I think a lot of people say this about him, and I think it's the truest thing. He is very good at people. I don't know why, but he's great at character stuff. And I'm just like, what he's got now, what he's evolved into with obviously years and years and it's sin. I'm just like, how is that going to apply to Doctor Who? You know?
Yeah, right.
Because I mean, when we had like back in his era, we had characters like Marcel, we had characters like Donna, and just seeing what he could do now with companions or anyone is just just a different plane now.
It's a completely different playing field, as I'm so he's going to bring to the show. I don't think anybody's really ready because I don't think he's going to like tread old what he's already done before. It's going to be completely new and fresh, and I think the show to have him back at this part in his career.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what he's like. I mean, people are speculating already for the 60th anniversary, and I'm like, lads, expect nothing of what you're looking for because he could throw a curveball at us. Like he could, he could just
Absolutely.
He could just come in and say, "Oh yeah, lads, it's a new Doctor. Here we go." Or it's
it could straight up start the 60th anniversary with the new Doctor. That would be insane.
Yeah. I'm in shock for whoever he tries to get in. I'm just gonna be what's the word Matt used to use in his first interview? I'd be flabbergasted.
Yeah. What are you hoping?
I honestly couldn't tell you because I know like I was like it was the same with Jodie. I couldn't honestly like put it together. I know everybody was like memeing Chris Marshall, but I was just like, yeah, I couldn't put it together. I was like, it's just so like Russell is that one guy who just he could pick anyone. Like, and from what I've seen with obviously with Davis, like it was someone that was David who worked with him on Casanova and stuff, which is probably where he got the whole Doctor thing from. But I don't know. I mean, we could maybe from years and years, and it's a sin he might pick out someone, but it's always up in the air. He could just pick someone entirely new. And
yeah, exactly. Just someone that he's never worked with before. He could go anywhere. Yeah, that's the best thing.
I think one thing was funny though, and I know it's bad to do it, but it was Chris Thompson did a kind of TikTok thing or whatever where he was the Ninth Doctor and he was Chris Freckleson and he was like getting a phone call about the 60th anniversary and he goes, "Oh yeah, I'd love to come back and do the 60th anniversary. I've been doing stuff with Big Finish. Oh, who's writing it? Goodbye."
that is accurate though. That is accurate.
What do you think about the Ninth Doctor being in Big Finish? That for me, that last year was it was a mental reveal. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, Chris,
it's an absolute. It is fantastic. To excuse the pun.
Perfect one.
But he's beautiful in Big Finish. I've listened to his couple of box sets now, and they are spectacular. Honestly, he acts like he's never left the role. To be honest, he just slipped into it perfectly, and he's having a ball of a time. It feels like a slightly lighter character than his 2005 persona, but I think that works in the favor of the box sets because he's just enjoying himself. He's not being brooding. He's just having a good time as his Doctor, and I think that is what really drew him to the role and back to the role rather, and why he's having so much fun with it. They're fun stories.
Yeah, I think it's just like I know, like he's very. I feel when I saw his interview or Q&A about it, like he was very raw. He wasn't like saying it. He was just like, "Look, I'm just doing this because I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for these reasons." I'm like, all right, yeah. And when he went into it, I'm just like, that's what I want. I want him, he's an honest guy, and he gives an honest performance as the Doctor because that's how he sees it. And
Yeah.
just, I know it's weird. It's a weird time. It's a weird time to be like to be a Doctor Who fan because the Ninth Doctor is back. Russell T Davies is coming back, and oh my god, if anything comes out about David Tennant, I'm just gonna go. It's just fans are gonna go through the roof.
Oh, could you imagine? I mean,
Russell just goes, "Here's the 14th Doctor." David Tennant just strolls out.
oh my goodness, whoa, that would be interesting. I mean, goodness me. I don't think that, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. Either what happens, it's gonna be an interesting experience to say the least.
yeah, and I think I would say the community has been half and half on it, but it's been generally a good reaction. Like, I know obviously there's some fans out there who just, straight away go for the negative, but I'm like, there's always a positive, guys.
Oh, yeah.
There's always
There's no point for just when there is some to enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it's just, it's good. It's just, guys, enjoy this. Like, I mean, I enjoy it. Like, I mean, I enjoy Doctor Who regardless of what form it's in. Like, even Jesus, I laugh at some of the stuff that classic Doctor Who, especially 80s Doctor Who, has done. Like, but even now with Doctor Who, it's like, look, I'll take it in whatever form it's in because it's just how it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still.
Oh yeah, it's that. I think that's just. It's very hard to put down that dog. It's just. It's like I think the BBC are just like, we can't do it. We can't. It just won't go. The wilderness years are not back yet.
No, they won't be back, and I don't think for a very long time. I mean, when Russell takes over, I'm trying to say Russell takes over, but my brain keeps saying Russell T Davies, and just like, are you going to go with the first name or are you going to go with the whole name? I don't know. So when Russell takes over again, it will be the 18th year of New Who production. So all it needs is 8 more, and then it will match the classic run.
Yeah, and I honestly love that. If you just we've gone far. I mean, to be fair, it's going to be weird for all of us because we're all going to be like, weren't we watching this when we were like 10 or 11 or something?
Yeah.
Like, now we're all this age, and it's like, oh wow.
With this show, and the show has grown with us.
I mean, I said it to Dan, like when I was younger, I started with 11. Like I only saw the end. Like I watched Sarah Jane Adventures first before Doctor Who, which I think a lot of people would go, how? And I'd be like, well, look, I like CBBC, but and I saw David's Doctor through that, and then I saw his regeneration episode in like January, and I kind of went from there with 11 and Matt. And then in my teens, I went through Peter, and then I kind of ended up with Jodie. And it's like, now we're going into my adult years, and it's like, now I'm with Russell and his era.
It's all weird. Coming full circle again.
Oh, it's like, am I gonna be like a fucking parent or something by the end of this? Like, it's like, is Doctor guiding me on some sort of weird journey here?
Sort of level, yeah. Is this actually good? Yeah, I understand that for sure. It's crazy. I don't want to imagine where I will be by when the next tenure begins, where my life will be, or when everything is going to happen. It's too much to think about at the moment.
Let's move on to another topic. What would you say has been the highlight of this year? Like, I know there's been a lot of stuff, but like anything, like from voice acting to acting, filming, or even just writing or stuff.
That's a good question. Oh wow! I mean, highlights, but probably the ultimate highlight is getting a gig with Big Finish. Really, I mean, that is like hardcore, but it's like it's a dream, really, a fan's dream come true to work and make actual official Doctor Who. Regardless of what I've done before, it's just like, wow. Although I will also say getting Series 5 is also a highlight because that is me being the Doctor in it. So I'm kind of very blessed to sort of be living the best of both worlds, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like when you heard, like I'll be honest, when I heard that you first like got the gig, I was like, Jesus, like this is it, you know, it's great for someone who's a fan of the show and also a very big name in the community that we all support, like getting this opportunity. You know, it's amazing. You know,
Yeah, it is
and
opportunity I'm very
and
blessed to have.
yeah, and I mean, when you know, as I said, when the trailer came out, I was left in amazement, just complete another wow, you know. But talking about, I guess we'll go back to DW 2012 for a moment. I guess what I won't say not like so for before any like fans trying like you know they're immediately their ears are gonna prick up the minute I mention Series 5. I am not going to mention anything about Series 5. I'll just I'll I'll just say like how's the process been filming for you? Like, you know, because obviously this is, I know How Time Flies was your first story as the Doctor, but how is it finally settling into that role and, you know, actually allowing yourself to just be your character, you know?
Being able to actually go first, I feel like I've reached a point where I can really settle into the character, really found him. So I think it's been great. It's been I'm trying to figure out what to say without giving away anything too major because the character does go places.
Yeah.
And some of which the Doctor has never been never on screen, at least in terms of BBC Doctor Who, been before, and that has been especially interesting.
Yeah.
So having to overcome like that sort of those sorts of ways of words, trying to be able to for the character to do that, do this, and do that, it has been great. My God, those snipers really out the window.
Yeah, it's like Luke is just at home, just like,
say, slip up, Dom, slip up.
Say something now, say something. Like, but I mean, that's gonna be Dan. Like, if I mention anything, he's gonna be straight away just like, take him out, get the
edit.
Yeah, but
that
I think the bet, like, I'll be honest with you. Last night I kind of went back and watched some of the behind the scenes because I love watching the kind of process of certain things, and I watched the one for Fall of the Doctor. I think I watched the one where Luke was obviously having his regeneration moment, and obviously you're there, Dan's there, Doctor's in there, just watching it in the background, which I think that's the weirdest like inception moment for a Doctor ever.
Oh God, yeah. You got your future, you got your future's future, and you got your past. Yeah. So it's that your past rather. It's very, very. It was a surreal day to say the least. Because I just remember because Meg and Luke, they were getting emotional over the final scenes. Course, supporting them and being the camera guy. Docker and I were outside. I was absolutely positively bricking it, and Docker was there trying to distract me. It was a really interesting. I know at one point because initially we were watching the regeneration being filmed, but then they were just like, "Please, please leave. It's too emotional," and that's when Docker and I had to go. And wow, it's funny looking back. Yeah. But on the day, that was truly something. And to think that was like 4 years ago now.
Yeah, I think the one moment that caught me was just when you're looking at like Luke saying that, and I just look at that and I'm kind of just thinking he's realizing what he's taking on here. Like I really felt you were thinking, yes, this is like this is what it means to be the Doctor, you know, like because you see how much it means to Luke, and then you know, I guess. You think that's how I'm gonna feel, and you know when I take it on, you know,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it really did feel that way. Like it's you really feel the gravity of the role.
Yeah,
and to this day, I am just taking pride and just hoping to put the best performance I can out there for everyone to enjoy. It's very fun. It is extremely fun. It does have its challenges at times when you have one of those large chunky pieces of dialogue to actually get out of your mouth.
Yeah.
But it's all good fun. It's all good fun, and I don't think anyone can really predict the most of what Series 5 is going to entail, because it's such a thought-provoking, deep, and at the same time adventurous series. I mean,
like the trickster is in it for one thing, and that's just, I think that blew everybody's head. Like everybody's brain blew out of their head like for a moment. But I mean, I gotta say that looks like that mask for one. Like I won't talk about what the story, but the mask looks amazing. Like you just,
it's very good.
I look at all the kind of costumes that were shown in the trailer. I'm just like, the production value here compared to most other fan films, like, and even before this series, like, wow, it's gone up, you know.
Well, we never really we never like to compare ourselves with other fan films. We just do what we think we can do to the best of our ability. And I think the main goal for Luke was to improve the over his previous series. He wanted to do a good job he could have with his technology, the skills he's learned, and just the overall vibe of it. Because that's what he's like. That's what the quality of Series 5 is, something that he's hoping to match with the remaster series, and I have no doubts in my mind that he can accomplish that. Because this level of filmmaking that he has achieved with Series 5 is extraordinary, and when you see it, you'll be able to pinpoint it, because he's come on such a long way, and I'm very proud to have been part of that process, to see him evolve from where he's come, because he puts down his previous works, but you know what, he did those when he was a teen, and things that you've done like in many years ago are often going to be inferior to what you can going to build. So I never like to see put down their previous works, because everyone has an evolutionary path.
Yeah, I mean, I can say this right now. If he's listening, I would say, look, you went from I can tell. Let's take his TARDIS for example. The TARDIS went from how it looked in the original Series 1 to now. Like, it looks like a set now. Like, I would actually, I would say this directly to it now looks exactly like how the TARDIS on the show looks. Like, it looks like a proper set. Like this thing, like you step in, it looks like a time machine.
Legit. It looks like a set. It's probably bigger on the inside. It feels like a set. It's even higher. It's got a real sense of scale to it. I know it's limited by the space that he has in his garden, but it's still amazing. It's still, what he's done with it is still brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an absolute labor of love.
And I love even in the remastered series, excuse me, and what, obviously in the trailer, see some bits that you guys get to do and interact with it. It's just, there's so much room. Like, it's like, compared to the original stuff, it's like you have so much space to just move around and interact. And I'm like, you're making do, and it's and like, to be fair, people go like would riff on the TARDIS size, a bit like, oh, why is it not the size of the Tenet one or the Polly's one? Or I go, lads, remember back in the 60s, this place was tiny.
Exactly.
It was like in the 60s, it was like near 4 to 5 walls, and that's all they had.
Yeah, it was barely anything in the 60s and the 70s, especially the 80s as well. It was small.
Yeah. Like, I think in, what was it, the Battlefield, like the TARDIS was barely even a ship.
It was barely there. I think they trashed the original set, so they just had set dressing or something like that, and it was a cardboard wall or something like that that just had the roundels printed on. It was a really pathetic set, and it was lit so darkly as well. Oh, it was a travesty, really. But the thing is, I mean, people need to keep their expectations tempered in terms of set designs, because we're operating on a very limited budget.
Yeah, and look, that's fine. I mean, look, as someone who's making a fan film themselves, I can understand completely.
Yeah.
So it's, and honestly, I'm just excited to see what you guys bring with story. Because after How Time Flies, left it on a really open plane for the Doctor and everyone around him. Not just even Megan. Everyone else is kind of going to be affected this series, as I can tell from the trailer anyway. But I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out, because I like Unit. I like where Unit is gonna, how Unit is kind of being integrated in here, and I think I saw a slight shot of Torchwood maybe, but it's nice to see those elements, sort of melding more into this universe and becoming a part of it.
Yeah, exactly. I really love that. I just love I just love the universe that we've all cultivated around. I mean, the DW 2012 universe in its entirety, from like you got Dan stuff, which is amazing and spectacular.
Yeah.
I'm loving where you're going with it. I really can't wait to see where it continues.
Oh, I will tell you straight from my horse's mouth anyway. But I will say that from filming with them, like him and Anya are fantastic. Dimension of the Dark is going to be something else. It is definitely, the quality. I like, as you guys have known from filming with a Black Magic camera. It's much different to what's come before.
It's intense.
Oh, Jesus, glad I got emotional on that one. Like I've got, it was like, I never really done much real acting before, and I did that. I was just like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's an experience, isn't it?
Oh, it hits you, and you're just kind of just there going, I've never had to really do this before. There's a lot of yeah, and I mean, there's obviously I had the big gun, so I was very happy. I had the big gun. I'm very happy with my big gun.
Gotta love it.
But yeah, and obviously Overton Audios with Connor's stuff. Connor, fair play to Connor. I've talked to him on multiple occasions. His commitment to keeping that timeline in check.
Yeah, Connor's work ethic is absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous, to be honest, because the amount of content that he puts out, I'm blown away. Really, how do you keep thinking of the ideas and being able to do multiple box sets and everything like that, and having such long-running storylines? It's insane how he's done so much almost single-handedly.
Yeah, we had a cutout there. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, that's all right.
But no, yeah, you were saying it's insane. Yeah, I mean, we had I haven't caught up on series 3 or 4 yet, because I think you're in series 3 or 4. But
of Resurrection.
Oh,
originally I was going to be, but as Purple, but we decided against that because it was too early for Purple to make a multi-Doctor appearance.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, they said that's. Oh, I'm thinking back to the podcast where he might have said something about that.
Yeah. So a cut of it exists, but that one didn't make it because it was just too early, and I didn't really have that much content out because I think it only just had How Time Flies. Yeah, that was it. But
I mean, speaking of audios, you obviously you did Short Tales. I immensely enjoyed Short Tales. I think your two, the ones you're in especially, were very they caught me off guard really. There was the one with where you were in TARDIS, and then there was with the angel and stuff, and then there was the Christmas one obviously, and it was cool. It was interesting to see how you played the Doctor on audio form,
Yes. I mean, I love doing those. I mean, we couldn't really do much other than those because of the lockdown. But it was we just wanted to put more content out there, and I think that was a great way to go about it. And I really enjoyed writing them, and enjoyed the ones that other people wrote as well. Like, of course, Dan did one, Connor did one, and Luke did one as well. He wrote for a Post Regeneration one, and George as well. Love George.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody just
George.
Oh yes, everyone just did an exemplary job on those little lockdown shorts, and I am still very proud of those. Maybe we'll do another series at some point in the far future. Who knows? The road is endless.
I mean, as long as there's no other lockdown involved.
Yeah,
Or
God no,
whatever.
please no.
Yeah, but I mean, like I love seeing that kind of stuff. Like it's interesting to get a different kind of side to things. Obviously, that you can't do some things you can't do visually, but you can do in audio form. You know, I mean, Docker's one, the Scotch egg one was that was the strangest. Like, I'll be honest, that was the
Yeah,
strangest like Doctor audio I've ever heard.
it was a bit intriguing, bless him.
But I mean, George's one then kind of caught me off guard because he, you know, obviously had the whole inside the Doctor's mind. I know he had the hairdresser kind of one beforehand, but then the second one hits you, and you're like, "Whoa,
Mm.
hold on a minute. Where's this deep? Why is this deep story just hitting me right now?"
Yeah, it just comes out of nowhere, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's the
here's
thing.
like,
It had some fairly misleading titles, but then it becomes really, really good. It's great.
yeah. I mean, you just, you know, one story you have, you know, obviously yourself. Then you have Dan, you know, Dan's Doctor meeting the Beatles. Then you have like fucking Connor with Elvis, and
Yeah,
very musical for the last two. I'm just realizing.
yeah, very much so. I mean, I couldn't possibly choose what musical one I would have done,
Yeah.
but I just didn't. I don't know enough to be able
Oh,
to that detail. So,
I would love. To be honest, if I was to place like if I had my own Doctor against someone, it would be Elton John. Could
oh, Elton.
Elton love to meet the like I think I always kind of say to myself I'd love to meet the Rocket Man just once.
That would be cool. That'd be
Yeah,
really cool.
because I don't know, he's just when I hear his voice and then you hear him talking, like it's just like he's perfect. Like he's a character even in real life. Like he's a great,
Mm.
you know. But
Every time I think of him these days, I keep flashing back to that scene in Kingsman 2 with the robot dog, and then suddenly he's there and he comes out of nowhere. Rocket Man! And it's hilarious.
yeah, oh, it kind of just suddenly you're just in a serious moment. Then it's like, and then Elton comes. I swear, in the script, it must have just been robot dog is about to attack Harry, and then Elton just.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
uh and I think like I don't know, it's interesting. It's an interesting thing when you place the Doctor against real life, like real life elements, you know,
Hmm.
because you know, I mean, obviously you guys are going like you guys are going the medieval route. I mean, I saw a knight wearing full like chain armor. I'm like, praise to that person wearing that metal. Christ.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't reveal who that was, but I know they probably suffered.
Yeah, I mean, I know you. I've seen you in the Ice Warrior suit. I
Now
remember.
that I really did suffer.
I remember like what was it, Luke and Mike talking about like your you really having a bond with it, and then when they threw it, and you were like, no.
Oh God, me and that suit became best friends.
uh but speaking of, actually, I'll just one little moment. Speaking of Luke and Mike, congratulations
Oh, of course.
if you're listening. Congratulations on your engagement. That is a very big, you know, very big deal. Obviously,
Oh,
I don't know what to say about it because I don't know in person.
Speaking as someone who does know them quite well personally, it's absolutely fantastic to see them get engaged. They're such a lovely couple, and I can't not just wish them all the best for the many, many years to come because they deserve this, frankly. And it's just beautiful to see. And the way they handle the engagement as well, oh, poor Luke, and he was nervous up to that, but
Oh, was he? Oh,
yeah,
poor.
he is such a sweetheart. He really is to Meg. And
Uh, I,
honestly, it's just
I
yeah,
mean,
it
yeah,
was so romantic.
to be fair, I'll put it in best words. The little red doctor finally found his like constant companion. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's
that's cheesy and cute.
cheesy but cute. There we go. But yeah. Oh, I mean, I saw the interview with you guys on the community show. I mean, that was. I'm sorry when Jack just like you ran out of gifts and he just gives you the phone. I'm just there like you didn't have just like another Sonic in your pocket.
Oh my god, that mental. I love Jack. He's such a fun guy to be around. He's really, really cool. But
He livens things up a bit,
yeah,
like you know.
he's got
He's
such
just
an infectious enthusiasm that you're just like really vibrant, and he's just a great interviewer. Really,
Yeah. I think he's built for that. Like he's really like I don't know why, but he's got the host kind of thing down. You know, he's really because when I'm watching it, like I watched this interview with I think it's the Ouija doctor. I think.
Oh yes, Alia.
Yeah, and I was very like her and him like they're just bouncing off each other, and he was like between that and him talking about all the showcase stuff. I was just like, I'm very like he's pulling you in, like he makes you want to watch more, you know.
Yeah, honestly, very very fine man. He's very good, amazing at what he does.
Yeah. To be fair, I actually like. I think I'd love to see what he could do with a fan film because he just like his short stuff with his doctors, like Doctor Who Road. I've watched that for years. It's just, it's hilarious, man. I love Eccleston. I don't
This
know
is
what.
his one man show is a
Just does it all in one. All in one.
I absolutely respect it. Just so much creativity and talent goes into that. Wouldn't be able to do anything like that because it would just be like I'd go mad after just trying to be three characters at the same time on the same day, let alone however many he can do in a session. It's crazy.
I imagine just going from well, I've asked the player to new transfer. All right, Donna, what are we gonna do now? Player, what is next in my journey as a good man?
It's just gone mad. Very good. Very good voices yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people just go like I think what was it Anya like when we were doing the filming I just randomly just went into like 10th Doctor mode and she was like wait what so it would just be like I'd just be talking and then all of a sudden I just go I'm a Doctor, I'm a Time Lord, I'm the planet Gallifrey, constellation of Gaff Sturbridge. And it'd be just a complete shock.
You don't expect it. You don't expect the voice.
Yeah. To be fair, I've been working on that for years. I think I watched so much of like David that I just kind of started copying his voice, and then I did the same with Matt. It just came into like, well, there's so many reasons and so many things going on in the universe. I think it all needs a bit of happiness, and that's what happens here. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't know. I just do them for fun. I don't think I've ever done them for like a fan production or anything. But yeah,
that's fair. Well, I mean, it's still pretty good, and it's a good skill to have.
Yeah. Oh no, it's brilliant. Like because I see loads of impressions out there now. Like like Pete Walsh is 9th Doctor, Chris is 12, or Elliot's 10th Doctor. And like, Jesus, lads.
Yeah,
it's like,
save some for the rest of us.
Yeah, but yeah, to be honest, it's mad to see like where you are now because I remember years ago. I can't remember what it was, but I think I saw you as the Doctor in a fan film. I think it was before. It's sometime before you even announced this. The Purple Doctor. But
yes, I believe the one you're referring to is called Portal to the Past.
Yeah,
as part of a series called Doctor Who Generations.
Yeah, I think like I know it's I wouldn't say it's in any way similar to what you do with the Purple Doctor, but it's a nice little kind of prelude. Like it's kind of go you've gone from this to this, and it's I don't know. It's nice to see like the journey like that you've kind of gone on here. Like
it's a prototype. Yeah, that was pretty much the prototype for the Purple Doctor.
Yeah, because I love the costume, man. Honest to God, the minute I saw it on you, I was like, that is exactly what we need to see. Like after what Luke has worn, I think, yep, we need some purple here.
Yeah, the purple is just.
Yeah, it's like we've got the Quiff Doctor rocking it. Now we've got you rocking it. We're happy. There we go.
It's such a malleable color.
Like purple is just. I don't know. It's just when I see it in your TARDIS as well. It's just. There's such a nice vibe with it. I don't know what it is. Like it makes you feel good. I don't know. It's just a good feeling, But
I love it. Yeah, honestly, it is. It's a stellar color, and it's just my favorite color. And I needed to work it in, not because as well I was influenced by Kilgrave and Jessica Jones. That's yeah.
I mean,
but
you just hearing the TARDIS. Jessica, they're coming to get you.
Oh no.
But no, so taking elements of that and kind of melding it with what you want to do, like it's not. I don't like, to be honest. I don't really see like Kilgrave in there. Like I know, like people would kind of go, "Oh, he's doing it." I go, "No, he's doing something like the pin. Like the pin thing was something I really like."
Oh yeah, that the pin is the unique aspect.
Yeah, because like you see doctors with ties, you see them with bow ties or scarves or no offense to obviously Connor because he's cravat,
Yeah.
but it's nice to see just it's something different with the look, and it's a different take, like, and it's just it's just nice.
Thank you. I really love putting it together. I love wearing it as well. It makes me feel like the Doctor, and that's from a costume. That's what you need.
Yeah. I mean, especially when I think when you don't have I love the bit thing where you don't have the hands in the sleeve, like the arms in the sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Like it's very much. I'm very kind of like he's doing a very kind of like it reminds me a bit of poetry. I'm just like, yes, that is very
Yeah,
very,
that's the is what I'm going for. Yeah.
yeah. It's like yes.
It's fun. It is fun to wear it like that. Cool, trust me, but it's a lot of fun.
Like when you like in the trailer when you throw the coat, I'm like, yeah, he's ready to go. Let's
Oh
like,
yeah.
It's like that's it. There we go. That's it. But yeah. I mean, I think like I mean, like this podcast has just been great talking to you, man. Like just like like I know we haven't talked much. Like I mean, I think at cons we probably have, but like talking to you now after everything that's kind of happened over the last 4 years, it's just nice to kind of just see how things are going and just find out stuff.
Yeah.
I think I actually do have one question from a kind of fan. I asked in a Discord. I think you know which Discord I'm
Yeah.
talking
Yeah. The
about.
universe one.
He asked a guy, Jevin. He asked me, to you now. He goes, "What is it like to play an incarnation of the Doctor, even though it's in a fan film? And how do you feel about the impact your Doctor has made on some of the fans?" And he said, "I think your Doctor is absolutely radical, and I love your portrayal of him."
Sweet, thank you. Well, I would say, fan film or not, I take it seriously, and I just wish to put forth the best version of this Doctor that I can. And in terms of like impact, I don't really value it that way. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'll have any sort of impact. If I do have an impact, then that's really astounding, to be honest. But my main focus is just getting forth a good interpretation and just doing my very best to bring some entertainment and happiness to people. That's what I want to do. I mean, all of us really. That's why we do it, to entertain people. And if we can do that, then that's our mission accomplished. Really, we're just trying to do it in the best way we possibly can.
Exactly, man, and you couldn't have said it better than that. That is true as true, like, true as anything. But what like I asked, what would you say? This like it's amazing the journey. Like, what would you say your goal? Like, what would you say do you have any kind of goals? Like any kind of goals, like with this or just with anything? Like you think you're doing,
Well, the current goal really is to see the end credits of the final episode roll on YouTube and just be like, yeah, I did that. I was the Doctor for a series. Maybe more, we'll see. Really, I just can't wait what we've got lined up. And speaking personally, it's been a great honor to bring life to this character that Luke have very much developed over a long period of time and have really solidified what we've intended to do. And I love him. He's great. I just love being this character. Is honestly, of the roles I've done over the years, small or large, this is my favorite, without a doubt, 100%. And I hope that translates. I don't want to ever not be, so you Yeah,
regeneration
honestly,
is going to be a hard one then if that ever happens.
if that ever happens, I mean, I'm very sure I'll still play him in an audio form.
Of course.
Even whatever happens in terms of on screen, the character's still going to be a part of me. Just like it never leaves any of the TV doctors.
Oh no. Oh, I mean, David still does it like from time to time on stage
Yeah,
and stuff. So even Peter, and it's like, yeah, it never goes away.
it never leaves. It never leaves.
But yeah, look, like, that's as true as you can say it, man. And honestly, I'm excited to see what happens with like Series 5 because I've watched this series since 2013, and to see where it's come to now with you is just it's as your doctor would say, radical. And I'm just excited, and I like I like being left in suspense. So this is just it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be great now just to see this come out and just be happy for you, man. Because it'd be nice to see your doctor finally just get his whole series out there and just show everyone. So
it's gonna be radical, as they say.
oh, he said it. He said it.
Yeah, I said it.
It's like Family Guy. Oh, he said it. He said it.
He
Hey.
said it.
But yeah, I think we'll leave that here for today.
Okie dokie.
So if you guys want to check out Dom on Instagram, his Instagram is I think Dom will let you say because
Yes, at Dominus of Time.
Yeah, and obviously his YouTube is the Who Chaser. I would really recommend you check out both of those socials. I'll try and if this is up on YouTube, I'll leave links, and obviously I will leave a link to both DW 2012 and the trailer because you should check it out. Why aren't you checking it out? And also I'll leave a link to Remnants because you should also check that out because it is some seriously good, Doctor Who content.
Hooray! Thank you.
Yeah. No bother. It's been a joy having you on for however long we've been on for. And
or apparently going to this.
oh my. But yeah, this has been Aiden and Dom on the Supercircuit podcast, and we will see you guys later.
Bye.